back to Getcha Popcorn Ready podcast. This is your host, Hatch, with my boy.
Yep, your other host, T.O.
And right now, we eating some birthday cupcake. We got AJ McKee here on T.O.'s birthday.
Yeah.
This is what we doing today. And I think you brought gifts, right?
No.
We brought gifts.
Yeah.
We brought gifts for my boy T.O. on his birthday.
You shouldn't have.
Let me see what we got. Let me see what we got.
Okay, uh-oh.
I hope you got a mask and a peppermint. That's what I think
Damn,
you need
dog,
See, okay, what we got here?
this?
AJ McKee doll. Not a bobblehead doll, just a doll.
No, it's bobblehead.
Bobblehead, okay, does bobblehead doll, okay. But you present it to him. It's yours. You present it to him.
No, you big time, bro. You got a bobblehead? Do you cut your hair before you fight, or you just...
Nah, I usually braid it up, and then I like it to be free, so when I actually fight, I undo it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't like the tension on it. And this is this is the glove from the first round of the tournament.
Okay.
Pops and I both fought together, and then this was my 8-second knockout.
You knocked somebody out with this?
8 seconds.
You know, this what I need you to put that back on and hit him in the face with it. That's what I need out of that.
No, I'm going to put it on and hit you in the face with it.
Easy.
And then I'm going to re-gift it, and it's going to be 7 seconds.
All right.
Appreciate it, bro.
Already.
Man, this is dope, man.
I say champions. What's the shirts for? This is your line, or
Yeah,
this is
Body Shop. It's Team Body Shop.
Okay, Team Body Shop. Explain Team Body Shop to us.
It's us versus everybody.
Okay, for everybody. Let's go ahead and get it on.
Body shot or
21
body
years.
shop?
Body Shop. That's where you get your body
Get right.
put in shop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
Gotta go get right.
Body. You gotta get your body right.
So again,
Okay.
we know we took you out of training, took you out of the body shop to come here, for the day. Appreciate you coming out.
Thank
You know what I appreciate most, not just he's here, is that I offered him some birthday sprinkle cupcakes, and he turned me down.
Yeah, he tried to make weight.
Discipline.
Absolutely.
You know my thing, desire, dedication, discipline. A lot of people would have succumbed to that.
Not
That let
anybody
me know-
who's serious.
Right, but I'm saying, but that let me know
Who he-
really
yeah, what
kind
type
of
of
where
kid he
his
is.
mindset is.
Good, man.
We gotta have a few screws loose to be doing what he does.
Yeah.
Bellator
absolutely.
fighting,
You
bro?
would agree with that?
Definitely. It's crazy. I always be telling my friends that. I'm like, man, we go in the cage, we fight, we literally trying to hurt and just do bodily harm to this person. And it's like afterwards we just come out and we all smiles like nothing happened, just normal. Like, hi guys. You know,
Hey,
like,
what's up,
like,
my guy?
like,
you good?
when does it ever switch? Like, yo,
Right,
bro,
so-
you just were in a fight. Like, you were trying to hurt this man. Like, you
Kill
were just
this
trying to get killed. Like,
So is there
Yeah.
not a moment where, like you say, it's and this thing, I think sometimes for athletes too, it's like some athletes, they get on the field and they just switch. You know what I mean? You can go through practice, you can do all the preparatory work, and then you get in that zone, you get in that element, and then you're a whole different animal. Is it an easy transition to come off that high? Because again, that's like you said, you're in a caged animal.
Yeah.
So how soon do you kind of like come down? And I'm sure you've been in enough fights to kind of experience it. And then maybe I'm asking you, trying to figure, okay, well, when is that moment? Okay, you've just been in there, you've been in this fight, unless it's like 8 seconds. You know what I mean? That's gonna take, it ain't gonna take no time. But when do you come down from that high?
I think it just depends on how much energy is in that room. You know what I mean? It's like having a Super Bowl win versus a regular game win. Some fights are just bigger than the other. Like, for me, when I fought on the same card with my dad, like, that whole night, the whole week, like, it was just surreal. You know what I mean? It took a while to come down from it. And then other fights, you know what I mean, right after the fight, it's like, all right, knees starting to ache, this starting to ache, and it's just gone. You got to go deal with the fans, friends, and family. So I think it just depends on the environment, you know what I mean, what's going on around.
And let's talk about, like you said, you're just talking about like everything starting to, ache. What is that recovery process like?
Yeah, 2 weeks, 2 months.
Like,
What is
again, 'cause
it?
I ain't gonna tell a lie. I hadn't really done a whole lot, and it's nothing in comparison to what you do. But I just did like 2 workouts yesterday. Yeah, ran routes. Then I went to play basketball. Bro, I feel like I was in a car wreck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the older you get, the longer the recovery
Yeah,
takes.
the recovery,
right?
it lessens.
I think that just goes into with, like, having a good coach, you know what I mean? My dad knows my body, so he pushes me, gives me days off sometimes, you know what I mean? It's just really maintenance, watching my body. But for the most part, it's like, fighting is just different, you know what I mean? I take a day off, 2 days off. I say I'm not coming to the gym for a month, and then I'm in there literally
In 2 or 3 days.
same Monday after the fight.
Right,
Like,
right.
I don't know, I've been in the gym my whole life training and fighting, so for me it's hard to stay out the gym.
Wow. What age did you go pro?
I went pro at 20, but I mean, I was doing amateur before amateur was around. I think I had my first fight at 11? Like 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but you're is versus another 11-year-old though, right?
Nah.
11?
I mean, we was the same size, but
He's older than you.
Older. Yeah.
Wow.
I was small. I
That's
was like
crazy.
98 pounds.
So it's based on really not age but size.
Yeah.
Weight.
Weight.
Weight. Yeah.
Right. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, my like 20 when I was 22, I fought a dude was like 30.
Right.
Really?
See, while you was trying to get him to punch me in my mouth and all that, see, we're not even in the same weight class. I don't
Hey,
want to do
you-
him like that, though,
yeah,
dog.
oh,
You know
let's
what I
see-
mean?
let's see
I don't
if you
wanna
do.
We're in the wrong
This
weight
ain't
class.
CVS Pharmacy, my guy.
I don't,
See, I'm about that
I
moving
shop
up,
at
like,
Rite Aid.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
I shop at Rite Aid now, man. We don't go to CVS no more.
So you got the big fight coming up December 31st in Japan, right? So what are you doing to get ready for that? Anything different this time around, or kind of like the same type of training?
This fight for me it's a big bucket list. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I'm a big car guy, so just being able to go to Japan, see that whole car scene and stuff.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to
So
that.
Fast and the Furious type car you
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I got a nice little collection.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, just being in Japan, you know, the crowds. My dad fought there 10 years prior to date.
That's crazy.
So
Wow.
I'm going out there to redeem the last name, and it's pride rules. It's pride rules. So like in Japan, if the person's on the floor, you could soccer kick them in the head. You could like jump on
Really?
the face with a knee.
Go ahead, get on the floor so you can soccer.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little crazy. It's more barbaric.
Really?
you wanna
And
hurt
why
me,
is
dog?
that? Like, is that just because it's a different country, or do they do that here in the
Different
States
rules,
as well?
sanctions.
I don't know. Just since I was a kid, like back in the day, pride rules. You know, they used to do tournaments in one night. So there'd be 3 fights in one night.
Wow.
You'll fight 3 times in one night.
Wow.
Versus now they stretch a whole tournament out over a year.
Right.
Japan, they just with the action like that. You know, what I mean?
Right.
It's like they
You say it
honor-
like you like that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He said it with a
Like-
smile. Like
It's
they
a
got that
bucket list
action.
for me.
Dog,
you know?
it's like lit up.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's that action. You know what I mean?
That's
Man,
awesome.
that's
so
crazy.
again, so getting ready. This is 55, right? So you again, you said you don't want to go down to 45s anymore. Is that out the picture, or you still might do that as well?
So Pitbull and I are 1-1. I beat him for the tournament, and I lost a decision, the rematch. So I don't know. I could possibly go back down to 45s.
Now, why would he never come up to 55 to fight you?
Oh well, if you saw what I did to him at 45s,
Then,
he don't want me to be bigger.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
that's-
He don't want that. He don't want that smoke.
No smoke for Pit. And this ain't the rapper Pitbull.
Nah,
I take
nah.
it. Okay. Okay. So again, we were discussing prior to the show. This whole weight thing is crazy to me, right? So again, 55. You went in at 55. For us, we think that, okay, you fight at 55. You don't fight at 55. You can literally gain weight before the actual fight. So how much weight can you possibly gain in that 24 to 48
Whoa,
hours?
You can gain weight before the fight.
before the fight, because you weigh in a day before.
Yeah, so you weigh in Thursday, you fight Friday. Or you weigh in Friday, fight
So
Saturday.
is there what's
24 hours about.
You got
so
you got
what's
about 24 hours.
the weight fluctuation that
So it depends where you at. Like certain athletic commissions, they're trying to implement these new rules to where it only allows fighters to go up a certain amount of weight. I think it's like 10% of your body, so you get like 15 pounds. So from 145, you can only come back 160.
So in 24 hours, they'll literally gain 15 pounds.
Oh yeah, I used to gain more than that.
How much could you gain in 24 hours?
The most I've ever gained was 25 pounds.
in one
In 24 hours, that's
24
crazy.
hours?
You're a whole different person.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? How?
That's
A lot of water
creatine and protein and
yeah. I go get it. So like right after weigh-ins, I go to Olive Garden, get some chicken Alfredo, all the breadsticks.
My man said Olive Garden.
Yeah.
All the breadsticks.
All the
I feel you on the breadsticks.
I need like 2 bags to
Breadstick.
go.
No, I ain't gonna tell no lie. No breadsticks.
Hey, them breadsticks are
What? Boy, those things.
Yeah, I
be
ain't
on
mad at you for
point.
that. Okay.
And then nice tomahawk dinner, 50-ounce steak for the night. Get the protein back in there. I'm a big meat eater. I like the blood. My dad don't like it.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, I
No,
eat a
no, I
whole
gotta
steak.
have my food cooked, bro. It gotta be
Really?
done.
Yeah, I like that medium rare.
Hit
it with the fork and
Something
jiggle.
right with you, dog. Bro, I'm not even finna fight nobody like that, bro.
He's an animal. But again, when you say you like that blood, is that kind of the character that you are when you go on the in the cage as well? Like
I think it just
tasting for blood.
Nah, because I'm trying to get in there, like in and out, you know what I'm saying? Quick and easy, in and out. But I think it just changes. I'm a big meat eater. I've always liked steak, and I think it changes the taste of the meat.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of iron in there.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I don't eat beef or pork, so but I get the iron thing, and again, what your body's supposed to need. But 25 pounds is amazing, though.
Yeah,
that's
It's a bit much.
Do you guys do weight training at all? Because I know you guys are
lot of
getting that
calisthenics.
much weight. It seems like okay, he's gonna have all these muscles in one day type of deal. But you guys don't do a lot of weight training, right?
Not really. Lightweight, calisthenics, a lot of reps, just lean muscle.
right.
Band
So
work.
so in your sport, like obviously you're trying to. What is your goal? To knock the guy out? I mean, where does like I said, weight training? Obviously, that has to be, one would think, part of your everyday training, because now you want to think, okay, technique, skill set, but then power. Where does that come from?
The power comes in. I would say the power comes in just repetition, the perfect punch over
Right,
and over
and
and
technique,
over and over.
I mean,
yeah,
right.
because I mean, the power of like a power shot doesn't really have to be hard. You know what I mean? You put it on the right spot, and somebody gonna go down.
Right.
Crazy story. I threw a spinning heel kick once in practice, and I could just feel it. I was like, all right, jump, spin, kick, like push, and I hit a teammate in the heart, and I just felt it in my head. I was like, that was a perfect kick, like I mean perfect. And he went down, but I was like, man, it wasn't even that hard. Like, you good? He got up, and he was having heart problems. He went to the doctors, and I bruised his heart. So it was like on some Bruce Lee shit. It was like literally.
And you knew
Perfect.
as soon as your
As soon as I hit him, I was
went
like,
into his.
Yeah, I was like, it's perfect kick, like perfect.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy. But
Now
that-
again, perfect kick is
repetition.
technique for you or body position when you hit somebody.
I would say it's technique. It's an
Technique for
accumulation
you.
of both,
Okay.
because you got to gauge where they're at, where they're gonna be. You know, it's a lot of placement. You know, it's like boxing a lot, just with 10 times more angles, because you got to worry about the feet, you got to worry about elbows.
Right, that's the
you know what I mean?
thing. It's like you talking about boxing now for what? I mean, I saw the clip.
Yeah, there's a lot of AJ McKee on YouTube, ladies
Man,
and gentlemen.
dog,
Trust me, go check it out.
Bro, it's like that's like you have to really prepare for that. I mean, to do what you do, you have to be more prepared than a boxer,
Yes,
because as he says, like there's so many angles and so many ways to
get your head
to
knocked
hit
off,
you.
yeah.
Then you have to be prepared for that. What do you do preparation wise? Because like I said, you do it, but then you have to defend it as well.
I would say preparation wise, man, that just goes with my pops. I call him the wizard. I mean,
Yeah.
legit the wizard. Like, bro, he's in the trenches doing his little wizard techniques, figuring out the whole madness. Like the prowler, the sled, I've been doing that since I was 5, 6 years old. Like, since I was a kid.
wow.
People didn't even know what a prowler or sled was.
Right. Now
Like,
it's bigger in gym.
Yeah, it's everywhere now. Like,
Yeah.
I watched this man create that. And then the band works, all that. Like, he copied a lot of your stuff. I ain't even cap. But it's
Really?
modified to.
Right, yeah.
Shout
I
out
mean,
to the
it's
wizard,
always,
man.
Yeah, you got to build and enhance and innovate, be innovative with all that. So, I mean, it's crazy, like I said, to see you at your size. And sometimes, like I said, people can underestimate you. Do you go in knowing that probably like people are underestimating you until obviously you start making a name for yourself? I'm like, okay, I got to take this guy serious. Or, like I said, do people just go in the ring to your point you just said, like, yo, it's not really how hard, it's placement. One hit in the right place, you can be down.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing about fighting. You know, it takes a split of a second. You know, your mind goes somewhere, and then next thing you know, you waking up on the floor. Like, what happened? You be winning the whole fight.
Didn't even
wake
see it
up on
coming.
the floor.
Yeah.
What happened?
That's crazy, yeah.
And you're gonna keep asking over and over. What happened? What happened? Until it comes back.
Wow, that's like almost like a concussion too. Like if
Absolutely.
you're having a concussion, you get hit, and you wake up like,
I don't remember nothing on some
what?
of them. Yeah.
What play?
What quarter we in?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You get all those questions, those medical questions. When you get to the sideline,
They ask you your name and you say,
"What
Coco,
quarter are
Coco
we in?
Puff."
How much time? What was the last route that you ran?
No
what was it?
idea.
Who's your quarterback? You know what I mean? What stadium you in?
And most
All
of the
those-
time, they even ask simpler questions. They ask your name, your phone number,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
where do you live? And when you just like,
Don't ask me what day it is, because I can't even tell you that.
because that's because of your training. Is that-
Yeah, I'm just in the gym full force, man. Twice a day, every day. I wake up, go to the gym, get done, go home, eat, sleep.
Let
wake
the
up,
people
go
know
back
what's
to
your
the
gym workout without giving up the secrets, but give us your gym
Gym workout,
you know,
wake up,
like a week.
run.
What
run
time?
every
What
day.
time are you waking up and then getting to the gym?
Well, it depends. I'll wake up about 8 sometimes. Mondays and Fridays, wake up about 8. Go to my dad's, get a massage from 9 to 10. Practice starts at 10:30. Get done
So
practice.
massage before. That's different. I don't think as
Yeah.
players we never did that. I don't
Nah,
think. It's
I mean-
always after.
It kind of probably, I'm sure it varies with the training.
training.
You know what I mean? Yep.
How I'm
and what
feeling.
you're doing. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, it's
But
just
sometimes
good
you
maintenance.
need that. Obviously, kind of like to
get loose
break
type
up,
of
you know,
deal.
scar
Yeah.
tissue, loosen up, everything.
The maintenance is cool.
Yep.
I don't like it. He live faithful on the sit in the jacuzzi, get your body rubbed.
Yeah.
Oh, you appreciate it.
The older,
Down
the
road.
older
Trust
you
time.
get, the
You
more recovery
appreciate
you
it
gonna
down
need.
the road, and those are the tedious things. You know, obviously, like I said, I'm sure from experience that, like I said, you may not appreciate it now, but down the road, be like, oh, okay, now I'm glad I did X, Y, Z. But it's just that's part of having someone like your dad that has gone through there, paved the way, and he basically, like I said, is teaching you the ropes. In which, like I said, you may have your kids one day go down the same path. What you're doing, you'll be doing the
Doing it
same
for your
thing.
kids,
Like, okay,
yeah.
this is what I did. This is what you need to do, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
crazy.
what's the next big like doing this? How long do you want to do what you're doing now? Because it's a brutal sport. Like
Right.
you know,
you don't want to do it till you're 50.
Nah. I mean,
Right.
35 at max.
Really?
If the money right, 35.
right. So
Are there
how old are
other-
you now?
27.
Okay,
So
so
about another
eight years.
8 years.
Okay.
Are there
Max.
other people 35 right now fighting, or they're like that's like dinosaurs and you're
Pops is 53 still trying to fight. I'm like, man.
Hey, I got you
once a fighter,
I got you
always a
another
fighter.
50-year-old over
True.
here you can fight. I got you another.
Man, why you want to get me
I'm
beat
just
up,
saying,
dog?
I don't want to get.
Why you want to get me beat up?
So if that's the guy at CVS Pharmacy, you fighting him?
Bro, if I have to, then yeah. I mean, it comes to self-defense at some point.
No, that's
You know what I mean? If I had to, you know what I mean? Like I said, even with the guy that I fought, like you just don't know, you never know what that dude, what kind of skill set he may have. You know what I mean? I still was on guard just in case, you know what I mean?
Gotta be.
You know what I mean?
On your toes everywhere.
Anytime, you know what I mean?
Now, have you ever thought about boxing, or is it just this? Just
All the time. I mean, I'm in contact with a couple of big names in the boxing industry. It's just who am I gonna fight?
right.
That's-
Now, could
that's the
you do
biggest.
that longer? Could you go past 35 if you were boxing? 'Cause
I
it's
don't
a
know.
whole
See,
different sport.
with the mixed martial arts, I'm gonna take a break at like 30. I'm fascinated with cars, so I want to end up racing.
Oh,
wow,
I
okay.
want to try to race some cars.
really?
That's what's up. That's what's
I got a
up.
problem with speed. Pops is like, go get a simulator, go do all this the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop speeding on the street. So I didn't slow down on the street a lot.
How many tickets you got, dog?
Honestly, see, this thing. I
Don't
know
they?
if
You better
get
knock
them
on this
tickets,
wood.
dog.
You
I'll
better
go
knock on this
one.
wood.
I've had one speeding ticket and one failure to stop at a red light ticket. I went from fourth gear to second gear and just took the turn high speed.
Yeah.
He was like, not a good turn. I was like, it was a good turn.
You respect the turns, definitely.
Yeah.
So his question with boxing. So, do you think you would be a better boxer? Because now you have to obviously you're gonna go through your training. So now you can't do any kicking. So you have to control your body because like which could be natural, a natural thing to want to kick and do those things. So do you think that would be an easy transition?
I think it'd be an easy transition. Honestly, I think it'd be a bit more fun. I got less to worry about, you know.
True.
No kicks are coming in, so it's,
Right.
it's mainly once I get tired, taking out leaning habits, the slipping, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't have to worry. Like, it's just gonna change my mixed martial arts angles. Like, I'm not gonna be able to being able to slip. I gotta be careful because I can slip into a kick if I'm trying to go back to MMA. So, but with boxing, man, striking wise, I've been looking forward to stepping in there with somebody and testing my skills. I feel like I'm gonna come in there and put in some work.
Really? So who would be your ideal first fight?
I mean, I don't care.
I mean,
There's
there's
a-
a
you don't want to start at the top, though.
Right, but there's a number
Nah,
of
you say
guys.
you want to start
That's
at the
AJ,
top?
Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. I'm coming for him.
Really?
I don't care who it is. Yeah, I want big dogs. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's why I've always wanted to fight Floyd, and it's not like a fight, but just spar with Floyd. But, like, you know what I mean?
Just
How
to
he
see
doing
what
these
you-
exhibitions? Like, all right, cool, let's do that. Like, just be able to, because like in any other sport, like you could kind of mix and people could go play in your sport. Like,
Right.
you can't
Football,
really play.
basketball.
Ain't nobody coming
Right.
to play in MMA. Like,
You got that
so
right.
to be able to go in a boxing ring, share that moment with the best of his sport, and me feeling I'm the best of my sport, I think it'd just be fun.
Now,
know?
with this whole the Paul brothers and all these different types of fights, do you look
Is that an avenue?
Right, something like that. Those type of fights.
I'll fight anybody, anywhere, any place.
He's like, I don't care who it is.
I don't care.
Because those type of fights are opening up the whole sport.
Yeah, even boxing, I move up weight classes. Yeah, I move up to 55, 70. Like I get up there.
Wow. Okay.
That's what's
I
up.
mean,
Y'all hear it right here, man. I mean, Jake Paul. I mean, hey.
You want to get on? Put him on the card.
Hey,
What's the deal?
Put him on the card.
Right. You heard the man. He said, I'll fight anybody, anywhere.
Anytime.
You know what I mean?
Anytime.
Anytime.
So-
Hey, let's make it happen.
So tell us about the merch you guys got out right now. This is the bobblehead right here, right?
it's
You
a
got
little-
some shirts. What's the?
personal bobblehead? We wanted to do it on our own. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Okay, AJ.
So now you're not trying to team up with nobody. So this is now where can people find all this stuff at?
honestly, we ain't even put it out yet.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just kind of like I said.
So you're just starting to build your brand,
Yeah.
then starting the merch and all that
McKee,
stuff.
that's
Okay.
what's up right
All right.
there.
What's the goal with that? Just you want to sell T-shirts. Or you want to have like a whole line, like The Rock.
Eventually, I
let's
like
say?
to have like a sweatsuit line. I like
Okay.
sweats. I'm always in sweats.
Yeah, yeah.
So have a nice little sweatsuit line.
Yeah.
I like the fashion, so I want to bring my tux tails back. Have a tuxedo tail line.
Okay, that's different.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's different. That's just me.
Yeah, okay. Well, shoot, like, so when you go to Japan, do you take these with you? Do you sell them at the arena? Like, how will that? Or you just like, you go to.
They ain't even been out yet. They
You got the
literally
only one, buddy.
fresh,
You know what
fresh
I'm
out.
saying? You
There's
got
only
the-
been one of these. The other one went to Ariel, Hawani. So.
Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it.
Hey, that's all
If you
faithful
go-
right there.
You know, he over here like Iron Man over
Boy,
here.
I put this thing
You know what
on,
I'm
dog. This thing, boy.
That's what you got.
Boy, I felt, woo, dog. Let me hit you right
Don't
there,
even
dog.
think about it.
Ooh, boy, I felt
I got
sick,
backup.
boy.
I got backup. You know what I'm saying?
No, I put this thing on, boy. Boy, I just like, woo.
Look like
Boy,
Iron Man.
yeah,
dog.
dog. This thing right here.
So the padding, you guys have to wear this type of padding. And
Yeah.
So
And
it's
then
just
you wrap your hands.
wrap
and
your
then-
hands first, then you
and
put
then you
this
put your
on.
hands in there. Yeah.
So it don't hurt that much then when you get here. Let's find.
Why? Why, man? This is crazy, man. This man.
Okay.
This
Now
is,
the taping of the hands. Is this all okay? You still breaking your fingers? And
Oh yeah.
everything. So,
Man, I didn't. You know what I mean?
so pretty much every fight you go
This
break a
go
finger.
this way. Not every fight, but I hit my thumb here. My thumb popped out, so this would pop in and out.
But you keep fighting.
Oh yeah, I fought with a broke hand. I broke my hand a week before the fight. My dad's like, I don't think you should fight. I'm like, what?
It's like you still
I
fighting.
need to fight, Dad. He's like, all right, if you say so.
so
Really?
you obviously you knew your hand was broken. So did it change? You know how much you
your boy.
struck with it,
Yeah,
or
definitely.
technique wise. You know what I mean. You used it when you probably had to.
When I had to.
Right.
And then I realized.
Now, which
okay,
hand
this ain't
did you
gonna work.
break?
My left. Yeah.
See it right there.
Yeah, it's,
Oh,
yeah, it's
yeah.
fatter. Yeah, it's fatter than
Yeah,
that
I broke it here. This knuckle dropped down.
Yep. I got one too. Look.
Yep.
One. Golly.
So,
So I mean, if you're doing all this stuff again, it's like as an athlete, right? Does the pain ever like, yo, I need to shut it down, and you're to the point like all that stuff you kind of ignore because you love the sport so much, or is it because you
Pain
want to?
tolerance. You know, obviously that factors into it.
I got a high pain tolerance,
Mhm,
though.
yeah.
Like really high.
Right.
Like kind of. It's from
Crazy
him,
high,
too.
huh?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy high. Like,
Right. But again, it's the pain tolerance is one thing, but the I want to be great one day is another thing. Is that why you work through the pain tolerance, you think? Or like what's the reason behind? Like what's your why on working through this pain?
there's a couple different reasons. One, just being like the only second generation fighter that's really making noise. Like
Okay.
ain't nobody making noise like me. Stats, records, like that's like, you know, LeBron, Kobe's, like it's all about the stats. So out of
Right.
19 fights, 13 finishes, 10 in the first round. Like
Nobody else has done
ain't
that.
nobody doing stats like that. So
Really?
for me, it's about the stats. Obviously, getting my last name, McKee, the recognition it deserves in the fight game. And yeah, just be the best in the world, man. I've always known I was the best in the world since I first signed to Bellator. It was like, all right, come in, make a statement.
Right.
And every fight after that, another statement. But there's been hiccups along the road, you know. That's anything, trials and tribulations of life. So you just got to keep pushing.
Now, as a Bellator fighter, will you also cross over into UFC, or do they not do that?
They don't do cross promotions now.
Okay. Is
They-
that why? It seems like they should. That would make more money, right?
Maybe. That's That's a deep one.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
a deep
that's what
one.
I want to find. Like, why would
Yeah.
they not do that? I want to, you know.
They've just done well at branding their brand. They've molded UFC as the pinnacle of mixed martial arts. You know what I mean? So before people knew what mixed martial arts was, you know, I would try to explain to people, oh, I do MMA. What is that?
Right.
UFC.
They're like, oh yeah, that's what I
Like, oh, they get it. You know what I mean? So it's like NFL versus football.
CFL,
You know what I mean?
yes.
CFL is just different. And yeah, the sport's just growing, man. So people are coming around to it. But with Bellator, they're willing to do cross promotions. So like, luckily,
UFC, we're waiting on them. So after you win on December 31st, we need to put that fight together. That's what people would want to see, right? The people.
Would
the
you
best
want
from
that?
Bellator. Yeah.
I fight anybody. Yeah, I want that.
See, he gonna fight anybody.
Yeah, I want that.
That's
I
what.
didn't say
got a title, I'm
would he
coming for
fight
it.
anybody. I said, would he want that?
You want that smoke?
Would you want that?
Honestly, I want Volkanovski first.
No,
Okay.
no.
That's the 45-pound champ of UFC.
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you would say so you would go down for that fight. You would go down
Yeah.
to 45. For
Just
that.
for that fight. I'd do like one, yeah. That'd be that one. Maybe one more.
So hey, Wizard, let's put that thing together, dog. Let's put that together.
Yeah.
UFC, Bellator. I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but let's make that happen in
Yeah, 'cause
6 months after a fight, right?
Yeah.
Shoot, May 2023. We need to see Bellator, UFC number ones at 45.
I'm fighting the 55-pound champ. Pitbull is fighting the 45-pound champ.
So now you're kind of rooting for Pitbull a little bit. You want to see him win,
Nah,
even
I don't.
you hate Pitbull.
I mean, I don't hate him. Like, ain't no hard feelings. But like when we come around, we be in the back rooms and stuff. Like, no cameras around. He trying to be
Cool.
cordial. Like, you know. But I still ain't got no respect for him. Like, you don't fight, bro. Your whole legacy, everything is garbage to me. You are nothing. Like,
Okay.
that's got to be settled.
That's the trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't feel like I lost. So
Right. And that was the judges and it's
Yeah.
the card numbers, whatever you want to call it.
yeah. So
How's the scoring go in Bellator?
from my knowledge, it's cage control, damage, and takedown. Submission.
Those are your
is-
3 categories that a
Yes.
judge is sitting there right
Yeah.
now. Okay.
So, yeah, that's what they go based
I understand damage, right? But what's cage control?
on. So who's the aggressor? If I'm backpedaling the
Right,
whole time,
backpedaling, yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
not throwing punches,
You
he's
run, yeah.
controlling the cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So
yeah.
did you when you say you don't feel like you lost, you go back, you review the tape, you watch the whole thing, then you kind of break it down versus how they scored it and how you scored it?
I mean, shit, I landed like 50 something more punches than him.
Wow.
He left the cage bleeding. I walked out.
Really?
Wow, that's crazy.
So
That's
again,
crazy.
you look. So when you're fighting, you look like that. You should be like, Judge. You don't understand that I'm really not even tripping right now, and they don't care. Is there politics in Bellator like there is in?
Politics in life.
Right, but again,
Fighting
from what I
all
know
of it.
about boxing, it's
Yeah.
kind of real. Is that even worse in this sport?
I don't know. It's kind of like a hit or a miss. You know what I mean?
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Man.
I think if they had the scores at the end of each round, it'd really change the way fights would have an outcome. You know what I mean? Because if you tell me,
okay, got
know what I mean,
got
that
you.
fight, you would have told me
Down.
in the 4th, all right, you're down. When
We're
I
gonna
thought
fight
I was
a little
up
bit
3.
more aggressive.
Exactly. Oh no, I'm coming to finish. Like if my dad would have told me 4th, 5th round, like go finish him. I'd have went in there like.
Finish
time to go
him.
out.
Now,
it's
yeah,
time to go
now
out
you're
on
gonna
your
be like you
shield,
said.
like,
You're gonna
me
be
or
more
you.
of the aggressor. Yeah, in that situation.
So.
Man, that's crazy, man. I feel you got robbed, bro.
So, but
You got robbed.
Nah,
bro.
I should have knocked his ass out like I did the first time, honestly.
That too. Yeah, that too.
That's why I want that third one back.
Right, yeah.
I need to get that one more.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
it sounds like you're in control of the fight. Because I'm sitting there watching as a fan, I'm like, there's also the other guy that's gonna say, I'm not gonna let you knock me out, right? So how do you say that like so confident? Like how do you know that you can just go knock him out when you want to knock him out?
I would say just the training.
Really?
You know, when you put in that work and you know, like first round of the tournament, I told my dad after he won his fight, I said I'm going to get Bellator fastest knockout. Knocked the dude out in 8 seconds. Told him I'm finishing everybody through the whole tournament. I finished everybody through the whole tournament. So it's just when you put in that work and you have that self-belief.
Yeah, you trust the work
Yeah.
that you put in. Like, yeah.
Can't be stopped.
Yeah.
People scared of you? Do you win the fight even before the fight starts? You think at some fights?
Some fights.
Mike Tyson, when he got up there and they did the back and forth, and Mike looking in his eye like this, it was over.
Yeah,
it was over.
Some fights, like Pitbull. Yeah, that fight was over before it started. That's why when we fought, I just waited.
Right.
Wait, you got to move. When you move, I'm on you.
Right.
Second he moved, head kick. Wow.
Who's your kryptonite in this space? Like, I know you're gonna definitely say you're not scared. Only Pops, the Wizard.
Oh,
so
snap.
you still can't beat Pops at this age,
man. He's something different.
Really?
Oh.
Like an eagle.
Bruh.
Wow.
Nah.
Really? So all the fighters you fought so far.
Yeah, Pop's different, bro.
Really?
He's one of a kind, for real.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. And he ain't teach you everything. He's still saving a little bit, Jesse.
He's taught me everything,
Right.
His style, he wanted me to be able to beat him. And what is going to frustrate me the most is his style. So it's like he taught me how to beat him, but at the same time, the only way to really deal with what I have is by doing what he
beating
does.
it, right.
But you're still going to have something to deal with.
Right. Who else?
So he's basically preparing you for the worst. Or, you know what I mean? I get what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. And that's the sign of a good teacher. You know what I mean? I think where you've progressed and where you want to be, I think you're in a good position. And like I said, for me, listening to you, soft-spoken, I admire that. Like it's almost like the quiet before the storm. Like you can just tell some guys are just they'll overdo it. You're like, I hear what you're saying, but you're not really all that. You know what I mean? But that's what I like in your demeanor. And then even like I said, your stats, everything, it speaks for itself. But again, when you're taking advantage of that resource that you have. That would be so ignorant, of anybody to not really take advantage of that. And that's what you're doing.
Yes. But again, like you don't have kids yet, right?
No.
So again, like where are you passing that torch along, right? Are you giving it to the younger fighters? I saw you at the gym, right? They all looking at you like, whatever you say as well as whatever the Wizards say, we go listen to that. Like, do you take that upon yourself to also teach some of the young fellas to get ready?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll be on their head.
Really?
They be sitting out. What you doing? Why are you sitting out? What's up? You're not even sweating. I'll be on their head. My dad be like, man, you going too hard. I'm like, nah, they soft, bro.
Yeah.
Boys,
you gonna be in
man.
this, you got to be a certain way, right?
I mean, just the way I grew up in the gym versus the way our gym is now, like it's night and day different. Like I used to
no
walk in the
different,
gym.
no different than football. It's the same,
Yeah.
the same way we play, the way they officiate the games now. Everything's a lot, more lenient, softer. Everything, even parenting. You know what I mean? Even how we parent our kids now versus how we were parented. Yeah. Totally different.
Yeah.
Again,
But you have those ones that stick to how they were raised, how they were taught.
They go do it again.
Yep. Those are the ones.
Do it again.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's what's gonna make the difference in just like the next generations. Cause I got a 16-year-old brother, and you know what I mean. Like I'm all he really got. So like he sees the way I am with my 5-year-old brother, and the way I push him. But at the same time, I'm loving with him. I'm like, bro, you 16 now. I can't be that way with you. Like, it's time to get this work.
You got
So,
yeah. Shout out to the Wizard. The Wizard. How did he get the name Wizard?
I don't know how I came up with that somehow.
Because he looked like Yoda?
What kind of socks he got on over there?
What kind of socks does the Wizard got on, man? What you doing over there,
He got
man?
Christmas socks on over there. Yeah. But man.
But just to be in a sport or just to be in any career and be able to have your dad around, like that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
cool.
exactly. You know what I mean?
wouldn't
And
be
just
the
to have
position
right, just to have that bond and that relationship, and then I know it goes probably without saying, are there times like do you feel like
wasn't
right? It just gets too tough, or and again, that's just part of being around each other every day. Like you butt heads every now and then.
I mean, yeah, that's inevitable. But at
Just
the
with
end
the
of
competition.
yeah, I just gotta pull my head out my ass. 9 times out of 10, I'm acting
Right.
stupid. So
Right.
just being able to acknowledge that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pops, man. You know what I mean? He just
Gotcha.
he wants what's best for
Wants
you.
the best,
He
yeah.
do.
But you got to. But the thing is, you said it. You understand that. You know what I mean? Some people can be stubborn. You know what I mean? Which will
Yes.
make his job a lot harder. You know what I mean?
Sometimes.
Right.
So what do you see in like some younger fighters like that would okay, they're going to be really good, but they really don't work hard? Like, what do you see in some of their characteristics and personalities? Like, look, he needs to be doing this if he wants to be good. Do you see this stuff in other fighters now, or you just like don't pay attention to it?
In the gym, I would say for the most part, I'm just kind of in my zone, but I try to help out a lot of the guys, show them little things here and there. But for the most part, I would say it's being there. If you're there, you know what I mean, and you showing you willing to learn, then
Show up half of it.
That's legit half of it for real. So a lot of these guys, they don't like to show up every day. You know what I mean? There'd be sometimes like when I was younger, I go party the whole weekend, and then I'll make sure I'm at that gym Monday morning.
Gotta do both.
Regardless, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whether I slept or not, like I'm going to the gym. A lot of these guys, they ain't like that. You know what I mean?
It's called
just want to
prioritizing.
Yeah.
You got to prioritize.
Yeah,
And
so
a
when
lot
they
of
put
these
in that work, though, I mean, my dad take them under the wing. I take them under the wing, show them. We got some guys that are in there and they're actually trying to learn. They putting in extra hours. You know what I mean? I go to the gym. They already here. I'm like, damn, all right, okay,
That's
I
hot,
see you,
yeah.
little dude. Like he wanting it. He wants it.
Right,
You know.
right, right.
So I think the more hungry you are, you know what I mean. Some days ain't gonna be easy, but you gotta get up and you gotta get after it.
Still gotta go
man.
do it. Still gotta go do it. Who's the next guy? Who's after you? You think like the next AJ in like 5 years, let's say?
Well, I got a 16-year-old little brother.
You think
Nice.
he's gonna be
Yeah, he's
you or
nice.
better than you?
He could be me.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, he could be better than me.
Okay.
Cause he's limber. The boy be putting both his feet behind his head, all kind of crazy
Oh,
stuff.
shit.
So.
Now, why does that play into?
Jiu-jitsu.
Really?
Yeah, you get somebody to the ground and to be able to bend your body certain ways,
Ooh,
like
you get out of stuff too.
yeah, like you could be in the guard and pull your foot all the way up to their head and then in front of their head and use your foot to choke them. Like I'm barely flexible enough to do it. My brother be doing it like it's nothing though.
So he can have his foot touch his head.
Oh, he'll take this foot, put that mug behind his
What?
head. Yeah.
I can barely put my hand behind my head.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Goodness
I used to be able to do it.
Right?
No,
Flexibility
flexibility.
is a big deal. I had no idea. That's crazy. Because you think the younger fighters, I guess, more limber. But you have to have, of course, strength and toughness to go along with all that.
Yeah, it all comes into factor.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm good on that. So, if you again leaving Bellator and going to fight, would you kind of do the back and forth thing, or like once you leave Bellator, you're done? You're going to be a boxer for 5 years or whatever.
Back and forth.
Really?
You know, my thing is fight activity. I want to fight at least 3 times a year. If I'm knocking somebody out in 2 minutes, I'm trying to get back in there.
Right.
Right, because you don't feel like you've
Workout.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know?
You've done a lot of training.
6, yeah.
2
Not
minutes.
Really, yeah, not really getting you get the reward, but it's not really that satisfaction.
itch.
Yeah, you know what I
That
mean?
itch.
It's only scratching the surface of what you can do. So yeah, man, three in a year.
Is
3 in a
that
year.
a lot, or is that normal for
Well, Pop says your body is only allowed to peak 3 times a year.
3 times? Okay.
You know what I mean? Handle all of that. Full training camps and everything. So 3 times a year, a couple boxing matches in between. Be good for me.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Well, shoot, hey, you said it, not me. Then.
Yeah, you better than me.
Hey, I ain't no punk, but I'm not getting in the ring with y'all. I'll let you know that now. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
crazy.
Like we've been out places, right? We see things going on. Not that people would test me, but if they test me and I see that ear, like your ear, I'm out.
Hey, go the other way.
I'm going the other way.
If they got a messed up ear,
If
man,
they got
leave 'em alone.
letting y'all know, America, because some of them 18 and 21-year-old college boys that's be out there and go to them bars.
Oh
You
yeah.
see that little ear thing?
like
Man,
it been
go
chewed up?
the other
Yeah, the
way.
little cauliflower.
Yes, go the other way. 'Cause
Yeah.
those dudes are not to be messed with.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Even when
yeah.
y'all was watching y'all practice, just the training that y'all do, it's so much slower when you're gonna go against like a regular Joe. Right? It's like you see a punch coming from a mile away or a kick or whatever. Like how easy is it for you to beat like a regular Joe in the street?
You probably do it with no hands.
What do you mean no hands?
You ain't got to punch him.
You gotta use no hands, bro.
Hey, what you gonna do to him?
Use your feet, kick.
Yeah, you can kick. You do all kind of stuff.
You gotta
Put
throw
'em
no
in a-
hands.
Put him in a nice little arm bar or something.
Really?
Key lock.
You
Oh,
ain't even
yeah.
go boom boom. It's just like and he
Yeah.
out.
Once I get a hold of you, it's a wrap. You go into the ground and done data.
Like, get off me, man. What other? Okay, so you know jiu-jitsu. What other martial arts do you know?
I started wrestling at like 3, 4. So I started wrestling then, started doing jiu-jitsu at like 8 or 9, and just fell in love with stand-up, man. It's what the fans want to see. It's, you know, they like
And
the knockout.
This is what stand-up's called.
Yeah, kickboxing.
Because if you say stand up to me, I think comedy.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he's funny too. Oh, that's cool.
No, that's that guy over there. That's Pop.
Yeah.
He's a
Okay.
comedian.
So then you go stand up. Then so why not other like that? Why not karate? Why not these other martial arts?
Well, it's a mix of all of it, honestly. So like, we don't really study one base. Like we take a little bit of everything. So like, we got a kick from karate. It's called the yokogeri. It's like a side kick. We kind of take little bits and pieces from everything and add it to the arsenal. And what works, works. You know, you got to find out what works for you and what doesn't.
Right. Okay. What's the the height, weight, size perfection like in your sport? Like, is a 6'6", 200-pound dude like the perfect height, weight guy, or is it like a smaller athlete to be like good in your sport?
It just depends on the weight class. You know what I mean? Obviously, height, reach, length is key. So T.O., how much you walk around?
Me? I'm like 217, 218, 220.
205.
He can get down to 205.
So 185.
He'd fight 185?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but
You look like a crackhead if you fought 185. You'd be so skinny.
Well, I probably feel like one too.
Damn right.
I feel like one too.
Right?
Yeah, but he'd be a big 85er. So like for me at 145 pounds, I'm big 45er. 155, I'm like, all right, we about the same size. Everybody about 5'10", wide. So
What type of style like is your kryptonite? Anybody like lengthier guys or bulkier guys? Like, are you really
range is always a problem.
Really?
Anybody that has range
Right,
and knows
yeah.
their range,
Right, yeah.
that's something to deal with. You know what I mean? Because they could keep you at the end of the punch.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So it's trying to get past that and give one while you got to
Try
take one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What about ground? Like if you're on the ground doing it?
Oh, I'm comfortable.
So it doesn't
Everybody,
matter.
you're the same size, man, on
Yeah,
that
you
ground.
on the ground with the same
Everybody,
size.
you on the same.
Yeah, you got elbows.
Man, you're the same size.
I love elbows, so I could be on my back just throwing elbows.
Bro, that shit is
Really?
brutal,
Back of
bro.
the head?
Bro, that's
Nah, not
brutal,
the back
bro.
of the head.
Are you
Try not to.
Really? Are you not supposed
You're not
to?
supposed to, yeah. If you throw a punch, you got to hit the ear.
Oh, really? I didn't know
And
that.
it's from like the crown of the head, so from here down. Back,
That's off
it's
limits.
Is that new to the sport?
No, I
Been
think
on
that's
the
always
street. Yeah,
been
it's always been.
standard. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean,
That's
it's
brutal.
safer, obviously.
Ooh, that's
and then
brutal.
if the ref catches you,
They'll stop
Point, or
it.
you just-
yeah,
okay.
they'll stop it. For the most part, they don't even really stop it. They be like, "Hey, watch the back of the head."
Warning,
Watch
you gotta
the-"
give you a
'Cause you're in the
warning.
heat of the moment. You know, you stop a fight and anything can happen. You know what I mean? From stopping that fight, next thing you know, you lose the fight because that little change of position or something.
Right.
So they just let them fight for the most part. Try to coach them to it. But if he tell you to stop and you keep doing it, they'll point you.
what do you do the night before a fight? Do you watch Rocky? What do you do? 'Cause that's what I'm thinking.
Eat, sleep. Eat and
Nothing?
sleep.
There's no type of inspirational,
Nah.
get your mind. Your training has got you there.
Dialed in, ready.
Like they said, man, the hay's in the barn. You know.
Yeah, you ready. You ready.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to, again, that's why I want to know your why. It just sounds like everything that you're doing in your life is preparing you for game day, if you will.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know? Because people think it's about game day, and I'm like, not really. It's like it's about
Preparation.
your preparation and how you're living your life. And game day is a reward, really.
Pretty much. It's your time to go shine.
It's your time to go shine.
And your dad obviously helps with that preparation. Does he help you prepare for your opponents just as well as you prepare for you? Because it's one thing, like I said, you can see one thing, and him been there, done that, he can see something else too.
I would say as the coach, he's the one that kind of analyzes everything my opponents do, what I need to do, the combos, what to work. For me, I just listen to what he says
And tries to execute
yeah,
that.
and put it in the arsenal and try to dial it in.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And
Once
do
I can
you-
do it in practice, I know we good.
Right, and that was my next question. Like, okay, do you guys go based on what he's, broken down with the opponent? Do you guys like?
Oh yeah, he puts that through the whole workouts.
Okay.
He finds a way to implement it to where you don't even realize what you're doing, but you're training for that.
For that
yeah.
particular
Like
fight.
here, how you throwing a jab hook and setting it up, jab hook, jab hook. Well, why are we just throwing jab hooks? Well, your guy throws a good right hand, so you're gonna stay away from the right hand
Right
by
hand.
throwing a jab,
Jab,
hook.
jab.
Or say vice versa. You guy got a good hook, all right, so you're gonna throw a lot of lefts. And
It's Mr.
Right.
Miyagi's wax on, wax off.
pretty much, yeah.
See, I know my fighting. It take your heart and take it out.
But
If you had one,
if I would fight you, I got a big target right there. That
absolutely,
big forehead. I'm
absolutely,
go straight
you
for
gotta
that
hit it
forehead
first.
right there.
Wizard, don't be laughing at that, dog.
I'm going straight for
So-
that forehead.
So give us your top 5 fighters of all time. Top 5 fighters of all time.
Whew.
And again, you can go back as far as you want. It's your list. No,
Yeah.
1 through 5, just 5 of them.
So many, man.
So
But I'm
many.
saying, but
You gotta-
there's so many great
You're
athletes. But
professional.
you
My top
gotta have a
5.
top 5.
I would say number 1, Anderson Silva, off top.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, off top. Bro was ahead of his time. He was out there bored.
Really?
He was out there playing with people. Just
Putting him to
footwork
sleep.
on point. You know, come hit me here, moving his head back.
Right.
They didn't know what he was doing. It was his footwork. People were
Really?
still really ain't figuring out footwork. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go
One.
Anderson Silva. I gotta go with Rampage.
Okay.
I didn't watch them powerbomb people in the head from Pride Days and so forth. Knockout artists.
Yeah.
Who else? Pops,
That's
of
2.
course. you know
Okay,
what I
put
mean?
the Wizard on there.
Wizard, okay.
Okay.
Put him on there.
You know what I mean? He
Top
was
5.
the Khabib of his generation, except people just didn't appreciate wrestling like
At
that.
the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Khabib, I'm gonna throw him on there.
Khabib,
That's
okay.
easy record, and I gotta throw Jones on there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it is. Now, who would win between Wizard and Rampage?
Oh, I watched my dad kick Rampage ass.
Really?
Sorry, Young, but you know it's the truth. Bro, honestly, anybody you could think of from Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, well, Chuck came to us a little late, but Tito Ortiz, Tyron Woodley, like anybody you could think of, I've seen.
The Wizard
in our
put him
dreams.
down.
Randy Couture, like everybody, Mayhem Miller, like. See, I was a kid and I grew up around all like the first generation fighters, so that's kind of the era I knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
The
now,
originators.
Now I'm just like whatever.
Yeah.
You in my weight class? All right. Top 5? Oh, I see you. You on the radar.
Right.
But other than that, I ain't worried about it.
That's awesome, man. Well, sure, we appreciate you coming out,
Yeah,
man. Like I
man.
said, good luck
Yes,
to you
sir.
December 31st.
31st, yes, sir.
Showtime, which you can also catch on Fubo TV in Japan. AJ McKee out there knocking people out at Bellator.
Yeah,
Bang.
coming
Get your
straight
popcorn
at
ready.
ya.
Let everybody know where they can find you on social.
My social media is AJ McKee 101.
Wow, there you have it.
Hey, go check out the extra clips of him punching T.O. in the face.
Yee!